What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the TCF Sport podcast. My name is Ben, as ever, joined by my brother Stephen. How you doing?
Camera one. Hello, how you doing? And that's why it stayed on.
Oh, at least you got to it straight away. Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, I can't sit there with that thing in my ear the whole time.
I was wondering. I was like, do you know you got it in?
Yeah.
Are you waiting to take a call? What's going on with that?
No, just for that reaction. And straight away, it was already more professional. But I had to bring it down.
That's what we like. We're casual, as we said all along.
One day someone's gonna find this podcast and be like, "Oh, that's really good," except for that PRICK opposite Ben. You'll get a call. You're like, "Listen, we want to sign you, but you need to lose him."
Yeah, never happening.
No, it can happen, but just 10% of whatever. That'd be great. Thank you. The first 4 hours, 25% a day from then on in.
Yeah, I mean, for those that are watching on YouTube, we're trying, hopefully going forwards with a new format, a bit more of a professional format with clearer camera quality, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, it means we've got two cameras, or you've got one camera to look at, I've got another camera to look at, so we're not both staring at the same camera, and it means for the thumbnails that I create, it should be clearer pictures of you embarrassing yourself.
Brilliant, great. So people will know who they can come and murder because I
only West Ham
because of my clickbait. Yeah, that's definitely him, the big nose one. Oh, his arms are even. He doesn't look like Quagmire. It was just the camera angles. Yes, hopefully it does look normal, so I don't look like I've got gigantism on one side. But this is my nose.
Yeah. Now you all get the references. All get the references.
But what you can't see with these two cameras is his ear.
You can see it without a look, stare at it directly. Yes, they're odd.
Mum claims she never met Gary Lineker, but I'm not so sure.
Oh, funny. Yeah, I mean, as well as a new format, this is the 100th episode. 100 episodes in, 100 episodes up. Audio, obviously, because this is the 27th video, but still, to reach 100 is pretty good. So I thought to start off, before we come to discussing the football, from those 100 episodes, if you could remember, what's been your favourite moment on the podcast so far?
I don't really know why I'm here. So it's hard for me to remember the episodes when I don't know what I'm doing here. I've changed my shirt though, at least. No, you've got some. I genuinely can't remember what Giggs' poem. I remember reading it out, but I don't remember what Giggs' poem was.
That was at the end. So we started doing this in 2022. Something came out in the press, some sort of sexual poem that you then tweaked at the end for going into the new year with the last episode we recorded for that day, and you tweaked it. It was really, really good. I have to go back and see if I can find the episode and I'll show you, because it was quite funny. It was just imaginative.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's my purpose here, just to talk football with you and actually make you laugh, really. I don't care about the rest of it. It's like I say, it's your podcast, and take it with a pinch of salt of what I say. One of my favourite things, actually, I'm going to go with, it's not even, I don't think it's on here. Just because, again, your reaction. But I think one of my favourite things was when we first recorded together, when you asked me about would I buy a shirt with Lukaku's name on the back.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
And I said, well, no, because I'm an adult. Yeah. So whose signing was that? Was that the manager's signing? If it is, and you got to ask him questions of why he's brought him in, or was that just a marquee signing to sell shirts?
Would you want a Lukaku shirt?
Well, no, I'm an adult. I know there's a lot of adults that do buy shirts with... Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of adults that buy shirts with players' names on their backs, but really it should be the kids that do that, shouldn't it?
What a response. How to just go from 50 listeners to 1. Yeah.
And just because of your reaction, that was also Bottlegate, because I had my microphone on the stand and you was holding your microphone next to your plastic bottle, so all you could hear was Trent Alexander-Arnold, waxing lyrical.
The very same episode, or the very first episode, when I asked you, so what did you make of that Premier League season? Yeah, pretty good season, wasn't it?
Pretty good season.
I think the tone has changed slightly.
I wasn't as monotone as Carve Solico, but...
No, which you accused me of last episode.
That was brilliant. I did watch that back. That was brilliant. Because there is... Did you see it though when you was editing it? There was just a slightest pause.
A little bit, yeah.
Just like maybe a second too long or something like that. But
that you'd pick up on straight away because of your love for Carve Solico.
I just picked up on it because obviously I'm opposite you. You couldn't... Watching it back, I wouldn't say I picked up on it as much. It looked more like flowing, but when I'm sat opposite you and I know how you talk all the time, and it was fantastic.
It was funny.
So it was good. It was good
funny.
fun. What's been your best bits then? You obviously put some bits down there, but
yeah, well, that one I forgot about. Hence why I didn't put it down. Because I also remember doing the clip for that. It was one of the very first clips that I did and put out because it was it was you talking about obviously you wouldn't buy a shirt because you're an adult, but then it was just at the end. Grow up. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then what did Dad and I get for you for your, was it your next birthday or was it the birthday before that? It might have been the birthday before we started recording.
No, it's next birthday because it was because of that. Because I think you wrote on the label, remember you're an adult. You bought me a Arsenal shirt with Nketiah 14 on it. Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah.
Which I'll wear proudly.
I haven't seen you wear it once.
I think it's in storage, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't play for us anymore. But my favourite moment, I mean, you'd be pretty hard pressed to go past the. I've got it pinned on TikTok. It's that good because it got that many views too. When we were recording during the World Cup, we're talking about Arsenal. Yeah. Here's how Arsenal fans watch that game. And it's obviously got the elephant with a bird's eye view. It's because we're top of the league table, and also in the very same clip. Here's how that World Cup result affects the Premier League table. It's like nothing at all. It was just absolutely.
That was just
brilliant.
For the whole World Cup though, as well. Wasn't it? That's what was so funny about that. Like something really bad had happened. Here's how Arsenal fans saw that.
It was so good. It was so good. Some of the Arsenal Twitter accounts are unreal. It's like they play the game, a World Cup game. Here's how that result affects the league table. And it's just. There's a chance to have Arsenal just plug Arsenal on top of the league.
Do you know the other one I like? So it'd be like the Belgium-Croatia game the other day. Here's how Arsenal fans saw that game. And it's oh my god! The internet's too good sometimes.
But also, because the next quote that I've written down, I can't remember the context in which you said this, but I remember my reaction because I didn't expect it at all. When you quoted Cantona, when the seagulls follow the trawler, because I absolutely peed myself laughing, but I can't remember exactly why you said it.
I do want to take this opportunity. I have been searching around for football-related quotes in relation to sort of the negativity I've got. So if you don't mind, I thought the most apt quote was, when the seagull follows the trawler, it's because they sink. Sardines will be thrown into the sea. I think because even then, even though it was only audio, I'm sure we were still getting comments then, weren't we?
Yeah, because the clips that you're putting out.
Yeah, that's right. So because you were still putting clips out. That's right. And we were getting some comments then. I think I was getting a lot of negativity. And that was my response to it, really. Like, basically just saying, I don't care. I sit here to do this with you for a bit of fun, bit of a laugh. Like, I love talking about football. It is just an opinion. Yeah. My opinion on the scale of things for everyone else in the world doesn't mean a lot. And it's just a talking point, and really, without going too serious, we say this sort of off podcast, don't we? Like, there's too much sort of negativity and hatred and reactivity, like especially as far as social media is concerned.
It's exacerbated on social
media.
Yeah,
exactly. And I say something against us, I'm talking about Tottenham. I'm speaking negatively about them, whether it's a joke or not, because I'm an Arsenal fan. Oh, you're an idiot! And it all gets personal, that sort of thing. And you've got to remember, I actually don't really care. Like, I will also speak positively about Spurs when I see, like you say, I have done. And they've got a fantastic away kit this season, the black one.
Yeah. I quite like their third kit as well, the yellow one. Because that's a hark back to something from...
The reason you like that is because Arsenal have a yellow away kit normally. True. So, copying us as per usual. But yeah, and they've got an amazing stadium as well. We went there for the Red Hot Chili Peppers almost 3 years ago now, I think it was, wasn't it?
It was summer 2 years ago this year, 2023. Yeah, and it'd be 3 years ago next year.
Oh, what? That's still... the greatest concert I've ever been to.
Really?
Yeah. Easily. Easily. was it about 2.5 hours as well? They did such a long set, and
But I mean, I said it on the last episode, but I say it again. When we were sat there, because you sent me what was supposedly their set list, and it didn't have "Can't Stop" on it.
Yeah.
And we love that song for many reasons, but also when Klitschko walked out to it against Anthony Joshua at Wembley,
walked,
yeah,
sprinted. I want my belt back.
yeah. When we were just unreal, but then as soon as they came out and they started playing that first song, the whole stadium erupted. Obviously, we were both on our feet as well. It's just top.
And then, obviously, hearing "Don't Forget Me" for the first time, and people go, "Oh, you're not real fans" and all that sort of stuff. But I didn't listen to them religiously. I liked them, but didn't listen to them religiously. And
you go home, save it to your playlist, set list. Yeah, it's
and like YouTube, I put them on.
Yeah.
And I put them on for my son. He loves Californication. And then there's other ones that they didn't play, which are like great songs, like "Rain Dance Maggie."
Yeah,
I think it's called
the Zephyr song as well. They didn't play that.
Yeah, they did that when I went to see them the year before at West Ham. That was just immense. So anyway, welcome back to the casual Foo Fighters, Red Hot Chili Poppers, Chili Poppers.
We've got a Van Dilk moment there. A Van
Well, no, we're talking about Futurama, so I was actually thinking about the Poppers episode.
Whatever you say.
When's the seagull?
Yeah. That could have been another moment, Virgil van Dijk. The only one as well that I wanted to talk about before we actually come into this, I didn't write it down there because I only just remembered it. All the twice.
We haven't done that for a while,
No,
which is a good thing because you don't want to kill it off, do you?
I think we kind of killed it off in the season that we recorded pretty much every single week, wasn't it? We were doing
maybe. There's even a thumbnail where we're both looking at each other going like that.
It,
so,
yeah.
But yeah,
It's brilliant.
We've had some good times, haven't we?
Yeah. Here's to 100 more.
Exactly.
Let's come to the football then, and I do want to start with Arsenal because yes, 100 episodes in, and yes, we're Arsenal fans, and yes, we find a way to make it about Arsenal most episodes pretty much, and go off on tangents about Arsenal.
Hence, there's an Arsenal podcast coming soon.
Yes, indeed there is. But
sorry for the other camera. There's an Arsenal podcast coming soon.
No, that's your camera. That's my camera.
Oh, it records at the same time. Oh, no. Don't I feel stupid?
I'm gonna have great fun trying to sort out the audio. I know that much.
Oh, really?
It's just learning new things and trying to sync it. But
well, I mean, if it's too difficult, just use the one. You can just use your one.
Yeah, you'll just hear a voice. That's it. You won't see you, just hear a voice. I still use you for the thumbnail there.
You could say I was dialing in from somewhere. You couldn't get a picture. Maybe we'll do that in future. I'll just stick like a dummy on here. You know, one of those sex dolls and just get a mask on my face and put it on.
Yeah, visionary. Yeah, so it's been a few weeks since we last recorded, and on the last episode, or the episode before that, we had quite a long discussion, debate about Arteta. That was when you turned around to me and said, or you told me off podcast before, but we spoke about it on the podcast, that you were Arteta out because of the style of play, because you wanted him to be, with the players that he has at his disposal, you wanted him to play more attractive football, to get my words out. I know I don't want to be too reactionary, but since then we had the excellent performance away at Newcastle. I know against Fulham, which is at the time of recording the last Premier League game that we played, it was quite stale, but we ground to a win. But did you watch any of midweek against Atletico?
I had the second half on whilst I was working, so I saw the goals. Yeah. But that's all I really saw. I wasn't really paying too much attention to it.
But even first half, it was a lot more positive. We played a lot better, put it that way. So are you still of the same mindset, or are you just sort of taking it game by game in that sense? Because the Newcastle game especially, and we both said it at the time, it was a bit of a sea change, especially first half. I know it was a tough away win. I mean, we deserved to win. But first half, certainly, is probably the best that we've played so far this season in terms of the chances that we created.
Yeah. And if he goes into games like that, then fine. I'll be happy for him to stay. But you've actually written the question differently here. You said, where are you at with Arteta now?
Yeah.
And he's not really returning any of my calls, so I don't know. So I'm going to be a hypocrite and say, Arteta in, he stays. No, I'm still of the same. I'm still of the same opinion that the performances need to improve because the Fulham one was dire. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you need to grind out those results, and it'll be interesting to see what they do against Palace this weekend for the Premier League. And yes, the Atletico Madrid win was a good win. Maybe flattered them a little bit because Atletico Madrid had a couple of good chances as well from the highlights I've seen.
First half, it was a rare mistake, and second half, Alvarez was really unlucky when he hit the bar.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and any of those goes in, then it's a completely different game, isn't it? And a couple of goals were a bit scrappy, but again, to get them started off, what do they need?
doesn't matter how you score a goal. It doesn't matter how you score a goal. It's
You
just
can't-
another
but
weapon.
Yeah, but you can't keep relying on set pieces all the time.
Yeah, but if a team is sitting deep against you, which invariably most teams do against us now, it's another way to break them down.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. I'm just saying you've got to have a. You're not going to be able to rely on set pieces all the time. That's all I'm saying.
And have we so far this season? Considering we're top of the league by 3 points. I know it's only 8-9
Fulham?
games.
Set piece, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Set
Set
piece to
piece?
win it.
Yeah, it's a
We
winner.
should have had a penalty though.
We should have had a penalty. That was a disgraceful decision to overturn it.
Hmm.
I thought the Fulham one wasn't a pen as well.
Well, we've already disagreed. I mean, we'll have the conversation here because obviously we didn't have the conversation on a podcast. But
Disagreed. He beat the absolute living snot out of me.
living snot, I wouldn't go that far. No, we had an amicable disagreement, which we don't do that often, especially on recording.
No, so we need to do it
theme
on
of the
recording.
podcast. Yeah, I know. Hence why I'm going to bring it up because we do disagree. I thought that personally, while he got the slightest of touches on the ball, the knee-to-knee contact with Saka came first. So I thought it was a penalty, and more to the point, I'm very, very surprised they overturned it because I didn't think it was a clear and obvious error. A lot of pundits and professionals and commentators have come out and said that no,
Casuals.
it was the right decision. As you said, it was the right decision to overturn it and not award it, which I can understand the argument. I just thought the contact came first.
For me, the contact comes simultaneously, and he gets enough of the ball to divert it away from Saka. I wouldn't want that given against Arsenal. That's how I judge it. But I also think because there's obviously Arsenal fans I speak to, is like, oh, well, that's a penalty, etc., etc. I think if it was the other end, I don't think it'd be overturned.
Yeah, well, now you're bringing in a different debate about the standard of refereeing, especially when it comes to Arsenal, which you've had a conversation about that many times before. But even the consistency when it comes to, I mean, the lack of consistency is frustrating. Did you watch United against Liverpool on the Sunday?
I was in and out. I saw majority of it.
I don't know if you remember it because it wasn't a major sort of talking point, but Diallo won the ball with a really firm tackle. He won the ball because even Jamie Carragher on commentary went, "Where's he meant to put his foot?"
Supposed to go? Yeah.
It was firm. Don't get me wrong, but he won the ball clearly first, then went through Gakpo, couldn't put his foot anywhere else. Wasn't malicious. It's not a foul, let alone a yellow card, which is what he got.
Yeah, I know.
You can't tackle in the modern game
Well,
anymore.
it's shocking, isn't it? It's contact sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Oh, not with that. Clearly.
No.
Yeah. What have you made of Gyokeres' start and impact so far?
I think he works hard.
Are we going to disagree again?
We've had the conversation about that, didn't we? When someone says that a player works hard, I don't think he's getting the service. I think he really puts himself about, but I don't think he's getting the service. He got a couple of scrappy goals against Madrid, which I'm pleased he's at least got the ball in the back of the net because people were getting on his back. Oh, it's been 9 games, it's been this, but if you're saying he's your out and out striker, you need to get him the service in and around the box to start getting shots away. I think he had a shot against Fulham. Because he's got quite a powerful shot in him, isn't he? And Alan Smith on commentary was going, "Oh, you can tell he's desperate for a goal because that's a strange angle to be taking that shot from." And it's like, no, but if he didn't take the shot, you'd be going, "Oh, he's got no confidence, he's not shooting."
Yeah.
So you can't do right from wrong. So he needs to score more, but he needs more service. In a nutshell.
You see, I agree with the point about service, and I think that will come with time as players get used to playing with an out-and-out number 9. Because the last few years, I mean, I wouldn't even describe the last out-and-out number 9 we've had was probably Nketiah, because Jesus I don't think is an out-and-out number 9 because of how he drops deep in links play, and Havertz was signed as an attacking midfielder and then put in that position. I'm not fussed if he's scoring or not scoring as long as we're winning, because what he brings to the game with his work off the ball, that applies both defensively in terms of pressing, but also when we've got the ball, how he stretches playing behind, creates space for other attackers, hence other attackers will score goals, as Saka has done. Obviously, I want him to score, and I'm glad that he got a couple in midweek. You could just see the relief on his face after going through.
Could you? I couldn't. Was he going? I'm so relieved.
I love Gabriel as well behind him going like that. So, is he not meant to be there? Is it? What are we doing here?
Well, he was worried about having to speak English after in his interview, wasn't he?
Yeah. That's another Family Guy reference. The one sentence in English. American Dad.
No, there's one in. I'm sorry, I don't speak English. Blah blah blah.
Oh no, it's
Family Guy.
It is Family Guy. Yeah.
And then he says, "All I've got is that that line, and then this line explaining I don't speak English. Are you being serious? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant. Yeah, but I'm not fussed because of what he does off the ball. And I think Arteta himself said it, that he's made us a better team, which I firmly agree with because of the work off the ball. The goals will come as the players get used to him and as he gains a little bit more confidence because not scoring for as many games, hence the relief in midweek. He needed a goal. But yeah, I don't see people that are judging him purely based on goals, which I know might sound stupid because he's in number 9 and we signed him to score goals. I think is a little bit disingenuous. There's a lot more that he's brought to the game to us so far this
he's
season.
doing a lot, but he will be looked at ultimately for his goals, especially if we don't win anything because we need goals in those. But in those tight moments where you need a goal, that's what he's been bought for, is it not?
Yeah.
So he needs that service to be able to provide that. I also think he should be put on penalties instead of Saka. His striker should be on penalties.
He took one against Leeds when the game was already done, and against West Ham. I imagine they're going to share it, but
I don't like Saka's penalties.
I know you never really have. No.
Put your striker on him.
Yeah. One other thing I wanted to say on him that I didn't bring up is his link play, especially when we have brought him into the game. I think that was clearest against Newcastle, that he was bringing other players into the game, hence why we played so well in the first half of that fixture.
Oh, fair enough.
I'll
tell you what a player I do want to bring up, though, is Martinelli, because obviously we've given him some stick for his performances. If he continues how he's been, like his finish against Madrid midweek, first time, if he continues with that, then we've got the old Martinelli back from a couple of seasons ago, haven't we?
Even the finish against City, wasn't it? How he took that, because that was a difficult finish.
Yeah.
Didn't really have to think about it, but it was a very, very good finish.
Yeah.
Still the same issues when he has the ball at his feet. That
head down Humphreys.
Yeah, he's not quite capable of taking people on, but I don't think he's really ever had that in his game. The goal that he scored against Atletico Madrid, that was being put through on goal, ball effectively being played in behind the fullback.
And then what you'd call the Henry finish, bend it round into the corner.
Yeah, because to beat Oblak like that, who's a very, very good goalkeeper, excellent. Last thing to touch on for Arsenal before we move on to Nottingham Forest, Emirates Stadium expansion has been mooted. I think it's obviously very, very early stages because they're still talking about it with the council at the moment, because ultimately approval will have to come from the council, from my understanding. But by the sounds of it, we want to expand the stadium up to 70,000, which means moving to Wembley for whenever that reconstruction takes place. Did you have any thoughts on it?
Are they going to put all over their programmes, let Arsenal support Islington Council like they did when they first wanted to build this stadium? You're too young to remember. I'll dig out the programmes, so I've still got them, but it was like, let Arsenal support Islington, or I don't know, some BS. Thoughts on it? Well, the stadium move has been a bust, really, isn't it? We moved there to challenge in Europe.
We haven't
even won the league since we moved there. Do you know what I mean? So they need, again, it's all about honesty. We've moved there because it's more money. 10,000 extra seats. I've got probably one of the highest ticket prices in the league still, haven't they? So it's just more money. That's all it is. It's not about getting more fans in there. And it also comes to bragging rights. Fans will be like, we've got 70,000, because obviously Spurs Stadium is now bigger. And they can hold, is it over 65,000?
Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah.
I thought
how
it
many
was.
Can they hold?
It's not that much bigger than ours, so it means I think it's less than 65, or more than 60.
They are just a little bit more, and they've been told it can. Just pick a number out of the eggs. We don't know. Sorry, Spurs fans. Don't hate me.
61,000, because I think it's close to that.
They've been told it can hold 62,000. So but they don't know because they don't get that many people going there unless it's for Beyonce. So
or the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Or the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Emirates Stadium expansion is going to be very, very good until we're crap again. And then it'll be like the last seasons of under Wenger, where nobody would turn.
We have no money because of the expansion. Repeat and recycle. You watch. That's why we're not challenging. You watch.
I forgot about that.
Mark my words.
Well, if we stadium share with Wembley, who gets all of the ticket expenditure and profits? I imagine some of it will have to go to Wembley to.
Well, they'd be renting it out or something, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but I'm interested to know how they're going to get the extra 10,000 odd seats. Are they going to dig down or?
Well, the only thing that I've seen, because it is a very early stages, as we said, they want to make the seating steeper. So I don't know if that means moving the roof back slightly. All I've seen is the pictures of the seats where it's fairly steep, especially upper tier now, but both the lower tier and upper tier, they want to completely change the seats and make it even steeper to get more people in, clearly.
Okay.
Whether they'll also dig down slightly, but the issue with that is you've got the car park underneath the ground, and also when you're watering the pitch, there's these at least one, but I think two massive tankers of water that are directly under the pitch, which makes it quite difficult to dig down. So the only way I think that you'd be able to change that is by taking the roof up slightly. But how you'll be able to do that structurally, I'm not an engineer, so I don't really know.
I'm sure there'll be some very intelligent people on it.
Yes, yeah. Very intelligent indeed. Let's come to somebody who's not that intelligent, Ange Postecoglou. I'm joking, Ange. I'm joking.
Wow.
He doesn't watch this.
He watches everything, mate.
Yeah. But somebody who is intelligent, Mr. Marinakis. No beef with you, sir. I want to live.
Do you want to manage Forest? You might be in the running, who knows?
Yeah, no, that one has gone to Dyche. But before we get to Dyche, end of an era.
The streets will forget.
Did the believable. Actually, it was quite unbelievable, as you said.
Yeah. No winning 8, 6
Yeah.
losses, 2 draws. And that was 2-0 up against Swansea as well.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't even get to extra time.
Yeah. Not that they play extra time in that competition anymore, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, they've gone straight to pens
Yeah,
as
gone
well,
straight
wouldn't
to
it?
pens, yeah.
Didn't
Couldn't even win that.
Didn't want to go to pens.
No. I mean, I think we both said at the time that we weren't really sure why he got the job in the first place, and that Nuno shouldn't have been sacked. But was it harsh to sack Postecoglou after 8 games, in your opinion?
The writing was already on the wall. Like his press conferences and everything, talking about people looking at the weeds while other stuff grows or something. I win a trophy at every club I go to. I think Paul Merson summed it up quite nicely. It was like, how about you would just win a match?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you could see the stuff in the press conference, but then I don't understand why put him against Chelsea. Did he think I was going to win it? Because Chelsea made some errors, didn't they? Forest, had chances.
First half, yeah.
But like, what was it? 19 minutes after the match, he was gone.
Something ridiculous.
Was it because he was applauding to an empty stadium when he went round to the fan to decide?
Yeah.
Yay! We're not going to go down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because you could talk about timing, but the timing of both the sackings so far this season have been strange because they sacked Nuno 2 days before the Arsenal game, and that was off the back of an international break. You think, yeah, I know a few of their players would have gone away on international duty, but give the manager, if you're going to make that decision, give the manager the full 2 weeks to come in, get himself settled, get his ideas across to the players that are still at the ground. And exactly the same principle with when they sacked Postecoglou. You've just come off the back of a 2-week international break. Whether he didn't want to sack Postecoglou because Chelsea is a difficult game, even though Chelsea gave them a lot of chances, as you said, in the first half. But to give a new manager 2 weeks to work, or to give Dyche 2 weeks to work, which was what he would have had, it would have made more sense to do it.
Well, he's still got to win in 2 days, didn't he? So
yeah. And the players' comments afterwards, I think Gibbs White said something like, "Oh, he can breathe again," or the club can breathe again. Which, yeah, I mean, it sounds like they didn't get on with the manager, or didn't get on with the ideas that he wanted to put across. But as Roy Keane would say, it's your job just to go out and play professional football. It's not Postecoglou's fault that they missed the chances that they missed, including Gibbs White at 0-0 against Chelsea.
Yeah, very true. It's just bizarre all around, isn't it? And potentially they're going to be in a relegation battle now.
Well, I think they are going to be in a relegation battle, yeah.
Well, that's why they've got Dyche In, isn't it? Because he's got experience of that. So I think I texted you, didn't I? I said, Nuno must be absolutely wetting himself over what's gone on there. Although probably not so much because he's probably a bit busy at West Ham at the moment.
Yeah.
Because West Ham! You're rubbish.
I think, talking about relegation, which we'll come to in a little bit, but West Ham...
You know what they need?
To be down.
Ian Wright.
I thought you were going to say Moise.
I don't want to twist the knife that much.
No, I've seen quite a bit of revisionism from West Ham fans on social media the last few days, and that comments on BBC Sports page and the match report after the game against Leeds last night, again at time recording, saying that the majority of West Ham fans actually wanted to keep David Moyes. It was only a minority that wanted him out.
How convenient.
I mean, don't get me wrong, voices are amplified on social media, but you saw it in the stadium, and a lot of the reaction that I've had when we put out clips talking about be careful what you wish for, you reap what you sow when it came to the second of David Moyes. They're still saying things like, oh, he only won 4 games in his last 19 or 5 in his last 25 in all competitions. Style of play was awful, conceding 5 and 6 every other week.
Everton fans seem happy.
Yeah, and as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to West Ham, there's only one direction they're heading at the moment, as most fans will say themselves. Most West Ham fans will say themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think Dyche is a good appointment for Forest?
I do think it's a good appointment, yeah. And it's funny because off podcast we was talking about his cup final thing, weren't we? Because he was like co-commentating on the cup final. Dyche, grab your voice, Dyche. Lord have it, Dyche. Get the ball up to the big man. And then they went and scored. That's what's going on in his head all the time, isn't it? When he's on the side, like, get the ball up to the big man. Get the ball up to the big man. Get the ball up to the big man. And that kind of reminiscence reminds me of a Family Guy reference when Stu is playing Pictionary. Jackal! Jackal! Is it Jackal? Is it Jackal? Jackal! Jackal!
I need an imaginary board to show. I'm glad you didn't tell me that on podcast because very, very good.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that one.
Very, very
I did think you'd like that one.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a Jackal the first 5 times, it would be a Jackal. God! And I wonder if that's what Chris Wood was saying to Postecoglou. Get up to me, the big man. Get up to me.
Yeah, but they did against Sunderland and he missed from 4 yards.
I apologise, Chris, for saying you're rubbish.
That's another clip that I put up many, many times, and many, many people disagree with you. But
I know, but as I said before, it's only an opinion.
Yeah,
it doesn't make me right or wrong. It's just my opinion on what I see. I'm not saying he's a bad striker all the time. I'm just saying most of the time,
60% of the time, he misses every time.
Yeah, something like that. He'll start scoring now, won't he?
Yeah, well, he's played under Dyche before at Burnley, isn't he? So,
oh, reunited. Yeah, very good.
I mean, he's got quite a good squad there, Dyche, to work with at Forest. Probably
He does.
better that he's had than he had at Burnley, and arguably better than he had at Everton, because he didn't have the players that Moyes has got at his disposal right now. Did a good job at Everton to stabilise the club.
Yeah, very true.
And it's just quite refreshing to have him back in the league just because of his press conferences. I mean, as much as Postecoglou was entertaining for his press conferences because he came out with some like wild stuff, Dyche just says it how it is.
Yeah.
And he seems to be, well, a man of the people is what everyone says about him. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
Yes, indeed. Let's come to Tottenham. Because on the last episode that we did, again, I know it was a few weeks ago now, we said that they'd been solid so far. You still have the same opinion, or do you think they're flattered to deceive a little bit? They're kind of going under the radar for me because the home form, they've only won 1 game at home in the league, which was against Burnley on the opening day, which you expect them to win. Got outplayed against Bournemouth. I know Bournemouth are a very good team, but Bournemouth should have won by more than 1. Drew to Wolves. Wolves probably should have won that game.
And that was a 94th, 95th minute equaliser.
Yeah.
And you were falling asleep in the first half with that one, weren't you?
I mean, Tottenham were a better team in the first half.
They were,
as we said at the time when we recorded the relevant episode. But Wolves had a chance at 1-0 to make it 2-0. And Wolves are getting outplayed by everyone so far this season, hence why they're bottom of the league. And then lost to Villa. Now, Villa are a decent team. I know they struggled first 5 games, but they lost the last 3 on the bounce. But even in midweek, they drew 0-0 against Monaco, got absolutely battered.
I was going to say, did you see the highlights?
I did see the highlights because Vicario basically won them that point. Fans on social media, fans commenting on BBC Sport, partially talking about Postecoglou, saying at least it was entertaining, getting some revisionism already, which is surprising.
Are you suggesting they want Frank out?
I'm not going that far because he's barely had any time, but
he's still got to try and rectify the problems from the last season, hasn't he? They lost 19 league games last season.
19? Oh, sorry, they lost 22.
They lost 22 league games.
22 league games. Because when I put that clip out of you talking about Postecoglou after being appointed at Forest and you said 19, somebody commented underneath they lost 22. And I checked, they lost 22 league games.
Jesus Christ.
I think of his last 50 Premier League games, he's lost 31, Postecoglou. That reminds me, I should have asked, do you think Postecoglou will ever get another Premier League job?
They lost 22 league games last season.
I will double check right now just to make sure and confirm.
Oh my
But they
God.
lost 22 league games last season. 2024-25 Premier League table. It's funny because they're 17th, but then they've got that little blue mark, which indicates that they're in the Champions League. Yeah, so played 38, won 11, drew 5, lost 22. Scored 64, conceded 65.
I stopped looking after they lost 19 league games. Wow. No, Postecoglou won't ever get another Premier League job. He'll probably just wait for Rodgers to get sacked at Celtic and go up there and start winning trophies again, mate. What was your other question?
About Thomas Frank, are you saying that
they've got all the problems from last season. Too open. He's got to try and rectify that, hasn't he? Probably be a bit more pragmatic. Like you say, they're probably a little bit better from home. I think the City win also sort of flattered to deceive a little bit. Like, it was a good win, don't get me wrong, but the opening goal came from that error, didn't it?
Yeah.
And maybe it gives them false hope of, we're competing or we're going to be challenging or whatever. It's still very early though. I don't like all this. Like with Arsenal being top, it's like I've got people messaging going, "Oh yeah, Liverpool lost to Chelsea. Oh, we're top of the league." Blah blah blah. It's like it's 7 games.
Even Gary Neville on the Overlap podcast the other day saying that if Arsenal don't win it from here, we've got 30 games left. 30 games. Now, don't get me wrong, we're in a good position. We've got a very good squad.
But that's just to put pressure on Ben. Yeah. That's just nonsense. He's got to say something now. He can't go flag shopping, hasn't he? I've not seen any of that clip, by the way. When we did the team that got the best team name when we did the football quiz the other week was Gary Neville loves flags, and I didn't understand the reference because I didn't watch any of that. So, but yeah, that's why. But yeah,
very timely. Yeah, very.
But
timely.
yeah, to talk about Spurs, it's going to be a season of transition, really, isn't it? You know, new manager, new style of play, and see how they get on. But they're also in the Champions League as well. They might make it to the knockout stages, but they're going to be nowhere near in that.
Yeah, but I mean, even for when we saw the the fixtures of all the English sides, to me, they had the easiest run of games, but they've picked up the least amount of points from the English side so far. They've beat Villarreal on the opening match day, another home win, only their second. Sorry, they beat Doncaster in the League Cup as well. But yeah,
Donny Rovers, big games those, big games.
Yeah, first home fixture that they've only had one in the Champions League. They beat Villarreal, but the keeper threw the ball in his own goal, and they had chances. Villarreal had chances that they should have equalised. Tottenham got away with it a little bit, but then they drew to Bodo Glimt, who Ange beat last season in the semi-final of the Europa League away in Norway. 2-0 down, should have lost the game with the chances that Bodo Glimt had, but again, you credit Tottenham for coming back, being tough to beat.
Yeah.
And then against Monaco in midweek when they got absolutely battered, and if it wasn't for Vicario for some of the saves that he made, even though I'm about to criticise him in a minute, they would have lost that too.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think Thomas Frank is sacrificing league form for League Cup and Champions League?
For the League Cup, yeah. Champions League, too early to say. Just the League Cup. It depends how they get on against Newcastle next week. We'll have the answer after that.
That's a League Cup game, isn't it?
That is League Cup. It's a tough game. We're at the holders.
Are we talking about Newcastle today?
I don't know, unless you want to say anything about them at the moment.
Oh, just their German striker. He's looking all right at the moment, isn't
Mustard,
he? Not worried about Isaac anymore, are they?
No.
Isaac?
No.
And he was taken off midweek, half-time, because of groin issues.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like it's going to be okay for Brentford today, again, at the time of recording. But even if I was a Liverpool fan, if I was involved with Liverpool, Ekitike should be starting ahead of Isak at the moment. Ekitike looks sharp. Ekitike is scoring. Which makes me wonder, why did he start Isak against United?
Newcastle fans are loving it at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, because old Ultimada, as Dad calls him, the German Andy Carroll, bit disrespectful to Ultimada because he's a better player than Andy Carroll, in my opinion. But he started life, really well.
Well, he's one where it's a bit deceptive, isn't it? Because you think, he's a big man, get out top something, but he can play with his feet. His goal
great
against Brighton.
feet for a big man.
Yeah, great feet for a big man. Yeah.
His goal against Brighton was very, very good. Yeah. Before we come to other clubs,
sorry, 1 minute. For Brighton fans as well, Welbeck's 2 goals were taken really well before they start going, we scored 2 good goals.
Yeah, well, he was talking about, because those 2 goals, he always scores against Newcastle, and Brighton always do Newcastle. The lack of English strikers or fit English strikers at the moment. It's only Kane. I know Watkins pulled out with an injury in the England squad. Solanke is struggling, and I know you don't particularly rate him anyway, but Welbeck's never retired from international duty. People starting to float rumours, could he get back in the England squad?
You've got to perform for your club, and he's doing it. So why not? I mean,
Yeah.
if Emil Heskey can get back into the England squad, then why can't... I can't believe that World Cup he went to that season.
2010, wasn't it? No,
Yeah.
I was out of
I thought
disbelief.
you was about to sneeze.
No, I was
sorry.
out of disbelief because I remember against Germany when we needed a goal. I mean, we were getting battered anyway on the pitch, but it was before we'd conceded 3 and 4. He brought on Heskey, who'd scored a handful of Premier League goals that season. Did he even take Defoe to that World Cup? Actually, I was going to say, did he take Heskey over Defoe to the World Cup? I was going to say he brought on Heskey over Defoe to the tournament. Either way, Heskey was getting on over Jermaine Defoe, and it's like, if it was 2001, 2002, fine, good decision. 2010, not so much.
Oh well.
Yeah. One I wanted to talk about on Tottenham, I know he played very well midweek, but Vicario, to me, he's just too erratic.
Ben giveth with one hand, taketh away with the other.
That's late goals when it comes to our predictions.
Not
this
for
season.
me. Predictions.
What lead did you have that you've already squandered?
I hate predictions. I think it was about 8 points at one point.
Yeah.
But if James was on -5, I'd still be winning.
Oh, we can reintroduce that. That's fine.
Oh yeah, we'll come at the end of the season. Because he's going to do that more than once this season, you know, don't you? It's your turn to go first next week.
Yeah, I know.
I bet you he'll go first. I'll still disagree with you. Like, even though you've proved me wrong, I'm still right.
It's a sequence of 3. of 3. Basic.
It's not rocket science, is it? Not
Yeah.
brain surgery.
No.
Whichever one you would prefer. You've seen that clip as well.
I've seen that clip. Isn't that Peep Show?
I'm not sure if it's Peep Show, but it's Mitchell and Webb, isn't it? I
Yeah.
think that's when I was on the BBC. Peep Show was Channel 4.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm a brain surgeon. I do brain surgery. He's like, oh, he works with rockets. So what do you do, brain surgery? Not exactly rocket science, is it?
You can see it coming
Yeah.
from about 30 seconds before. Yeah.
That is just so simple and so clever, isn't it? Just
Yes,
brilliant.
yeah. Yeah, Vicario, I just wanted to say, to me, he's a little bit erratic. Again, good performance against Monaco. But what he couldn't do anything about, Aston Villa's second goal against Tottenham last weekend. Tickaboo all round for me for that. The pass from Cash,
Yeah.
the control from Digne, set back to Buendia, decent finish from the edge of the box. Different class, isn't it? Different
Especially
class.
when Dad rightly pointed out, you got McGinn saying, just boot it out.
Oh, he's saying play it back to the keeper. Play
that
it
what
back
he's
to
saying?
Martinez.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he pointed to send
Okay,
to
that's
give
what
it
he's
back.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ball was brilliant, wasn't it? Hit it sweetly. And then even then, you've got it down here as well. Rodgers' goal. That was a nice strike as well.
Yeah, to me, Vicario has to save that because it's in the middle of the goal, or it's not in the corner. Put it that way.
But I mean, he played a nice little 1-2 of the Spurs defender, didn't he, Rodgers?
Yeah, because Xavi Simons. It's funny.
Was it Simmons?
It was Simons. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know it's only been 8 games, but what a signing!
Well, again, reactionary. Social media is reactionary, but looking at Tottenham fans' comments, like, yeah, we didn't get the player that we thought we had with Simmons already.
Maybe we didn't win the transfer war with Eze.
Yeah, you know, we didn't want Eze because we wanted Simmons. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, lads.
I mean, he could, if he stays there and has time and adapts in 2-3 seasons, you could have a really good player, and then you can be saying all that, can't you? But
Well, I think he's a decent player.
I don't. I think he should be coming on as a sub at the moment. I don't think he's doing enough when he's on. He's not up to pace. He loses the ball, and he's not creating anything.
No, but the issue is,
from the small bits I've seen.
yeah, because that's one thing that is or should be factored into when we're talking about Thomas Frank and flattered to deceive. James Maddison picked up a season-ending injury in pre-season, and Kulusevski is still out long-term with a knee injury. So 2 of your most creative players, because as much as Kulusevski started out on the right at Tottenham, he started then, Postecoglou sometimes used him in the middle, and he is very creative, and he's a very good player. That burden kind of now is on Xavi Simons, and while he's getting up to speed with the Premier League, you can't really, they haven't got anyone else to play in that position, I don't think. Yeah, although a good assist from Morgan Rogers, and I did quite enjoy, you know, all the watch-alongs on YouTube. Tottenham fans are brilliant because right before Morgan Rogers scored, commentating as they were watching it, Xavi Simons, great defensive work, getting back, goal, 1-1.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, yeah. Just don't talk. Don't talk.
We're going to Arsenal Palace, aren't we?
Yeah.
Are you going to record our reactions on your phone for YouTube?
I would never. I can't ever do that.
What? Who does? Honestly, I'm going to have 100 people hate me, as well as the other 60,000 Spurs fans. But who does that? Why?
You should go to watch the game, isn't it? But that's where when we're having the conversation off podcast about content that I'd quite like to produce, I can't ever do that because to me, I want to sort of be in the moment and watching it, and both to absorb it for myself, but also to enjoy it with the people that I'm watching it with.
Some of that's unnatural as well, isn't it? You're recording yourself.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like you're basically acting, aren't you? How you want to behave.
Yeah.
Not natural. I mean, what we could do is we could just pay some randomer to actually record you, and then it would be natural, wouldn't it? But continue it. Not just. Maybe we should do one. Here's a new idea. We should do one where they follow you out the stadium as well. Here's Ben as he gets on his stone island. Ben just glassed someone across the head. Ben's hiding from the police. The cameraman's pointing him out.
Get a lot of views.
And there's Ben going into the back of the van. I'm not allowed to record from here anymore.
Creative, I like it.
Yeah, just off the cuff.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say Ben is not violent. He does not get into any trouble. Oh, there's a second camera on you. Oh, no.
Oh, funny. We already mentioned about Isak and Ekitike, the fact that Ekitike should be starting. What have you made of Liverpool over the last 4 or 5 games? Because they lost 4 in a row. Is this their transition season coming a year late? Because I've seen quite a few arguments, fairly well made, in that last season Slot basically inherited Klopp's squad. Didn't make any major signings besides the keeper that is now coming this year, and Chiesa, who can't get enough minutes this season, should be getting more. But having made the signings that they've made in the summer, it is now more Slot's squad. So, yeah, is the transition season coming a year late?
This is what I expected last season from them, to be honest. But he kept the nucleus, didn't he? He didn't make too many changes, and he had Salah on form. Salah's not on the greatest of form at the moment. I know Carragher's now going, we shouldn't be starting, blah, blah, blah. It's all well and good saying it from the side, isn't it? But not being involved. It's just one of those things. They've also bought quite a few players in, haven't they? So they need to gel. But this is why I was so annoyed with to take it back to Arsenal again. Sorry. That's why I was so annoyed with that loss, because you can see they're there for the taking. So, and Man United, who have been pretty abysmal, go there and do them, and should have been 2-0 up by rights.
Yeah.
Fernandes hit the outside of the post.
Oh, you would expect him to score that.
Yeah.
I mean, the goal that he
at least
scored
hit
against
the target, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, the goal that he scored against Arsenal in the FA Cup last season,
very
he
similar.
wrapped it top bins.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, when I thought Liverpool would win, the amount of chances they had, like they hit the woodwork a couple of times as well, didn't they?
And they won.
Yeah.
When Frimpong puts the ball to Cody Gakpo on a plate 6 yards out.
Well, he almost missed the one he scored, didn't he? He just hit it. And it was that the header as well from Gakpo that it went wide.
That's
Great
what I'm
defending.
talking about. Yeah,
great defending. But I was pleased for Maguire when he scored the winner. It was good. Right, but yeah.
It's good ball in from Fernandes as well, as much as we just said that he should have been target.
Yeah. On the volley, wasn't it? Yeah, great ball.
Yeah, but that's what's so infuriating about him, because he can produce something like that, but then because he tries 5 or 10 of those passes every game and most of them don't come off, gives the ball away too often. Or because he's not a natural centre midfielder, I keep banging the same point, banging the same drum, he doesn't pick up runners that go past him defensively, hence why they concede. And with United, yes, a very good win, and with the chances they had, I know Liverpool had a lot of chances. You can't say that United didn't deserve it, though, because it should have been 2-0 up, and the resilience to then go and get a winner after they've been pegged back, because I thought once Liverpool scored one, that was it, they were going to go and run away with it. But you still don't know what's going to happen with United in the next game that they play, at the time of recording against Brighton. None of us have predicted them to win, because they're that inconsistent.
Yeah.
And now the onus is on them, having won 2 on the bounce for the first time under Amram, to go and attack, pick up another win.
Yeah, well, they beat Sunderland at home, didn't they? No one had them to beat Liverpool, even though Liverpool have been poor and out of form. And it was a good win, but the amount of chances they did concede, if a team takes even half those chances, you're going to struggle, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And Brighton, Brighton are calling them taps, aren't you? Blow hot and cold. So you just don't know what sort of Brighton you're going to get. But I'd imagine that they'll take some of those chances that Liverpool missed, and United will struggle.
And they got a fairly decent record there over the last few seasons.
Yeah,
Brighton,
they
'cause
have,
they
haven't
played
they?
off the park a couple
Yeah.
of games, yeah. And with old Welle, didn't say it at the time, but Welle back in form.
Yeah.
That guy Welbs. Yeah. Just wanted to say a quick word on Cunha as well for his performance against Liverpool, because some of the hold-up play and getting out of tricky situations with the ball, winning fouls, winning throws, was top.
Fair enough.
So yeah, he was really, really good.
I mean, he did really well at Wolves. I'm still not sold on him at United at the moment.
Are you not?
I've seen some performances, and I just sort of think his decision making in the final third needs to be a little bit sharper. Like play the ball or have the shot, but do something a little bit quicker. Because I've seen him lose the ball a little bit.
But that's what he didn't do against Liverpool.
There was one on the touchline, wasn't there, where he had about 2 or 3 around him, and I think he got fouled, got up, continued with it, and they broke out. So yeah.
And when you're under pressure, that relief of keeping the ball, recycling it doesn't matter where it goes, to be able to keep the ball in tight situations like that was top. It depends what they've signed him for, though. To your point about a little bit unsure about him, because he's not the out and out number 9. Šeško is. So I don't know. Yeah, still bedding in. See what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, let's come.
That lad might be getting a haircut. Just 3 more games.
I know. The 5th one is against Tottenham. I know they have to beat Brighton, and then whoever they've got after that. I can't remember who's.
It's a
the
shame
next
they're
one
not
is.
still in the League Cup, because they have a better chance.
Yeah, because some Tottenham fans are already commenting, if it gets to the 5th game, that game will be more important than last season's Europa League final.
We're all for that, lads. Jesus Christ.
I know. It's mental. Last few matters to wrap up. So we've touched on a couple of clubs down towards the bottom of the Premier League table, but I feel like this is going to be a running theme throughout the episodes that we record. Who do you see as favourites for relegation at the moment?
Burnley, West Ham, and Brighton.
There's your clickbait.
No, Burnley, West Ham, and...
You still not going to go Wolves?
No, it's not November yet. I'm telling you, Wolves start in November. Just wait. Wolves are going to get 6 wins on the spin, which is enough.
If they don't beat Burnley this weekend...
Is that who they got?
That's who they've got.
Wolves will beat Burnley. It's Burnley at home as well, isn't it?
If they don't beat Burnley this weekend, though, they will be 8 points behind Burnley, 6 points from safety, assuming Fulham don't pick up anything at Newcastle. They are in trouble.
Wolves are going to win this weekend at home. Wolves will win.
We've said that,
and then
games.
they're gonna surprise you, and they're gonna beat some, like when they'll beat Bournemouth out of nowhere.
Yeah. Already played Bournemouth at Bournemouth. To be fair, they lost.
Oh, okay, well, that was at Bournemouth. Wait till it comes to Wolves. But it depends if it's in March time, because they'd already be safe from relegation and stop playing again. So no, I'm not putting Wolves in there. I know it looks precarious for Wolves, but like I said on the last podcast, Wolves to stay up, West Ham to go down. Burnley, West Ham, and probably Leeds.
I was going to chuck Leeds in there, because as much as they've picked up a few points so far this season, and they've done all right, don't get me wrong, I don't think the squad is the strongest. No. And even against West Ham, West Ham are absolutely they're poor, and they are going to be down there.
Oh, I have seen the goals from last night now, even the first one. How no one reacts to Areola's save, but he's pushing it back in the middle.
It's how it got to that point in the first place, because it was so lax defensively. It was awful, absolutely awful. And yeah, Leeds, I don't think they've got the best of squads. They're grinding out results here and there. They had a very good win at Wolves, which is a good result. And obviously when they pick up a win against West Ham, we'll be down there with them. Good result. But yeah, they're going to be struggling. So, but I would go, so I'd go Wolves, West Ham and Leeds. Or favourites for relegation, or Burnley will be down
Wolves,
there too.
West Ham and Leeds, fair enough.
Yeah. It just does make it interesting. I know we said this point previously, but it's nice to see the 3 promoted clubs so far this season do pretty well, because it means that there's a lot more unpredictability down towards the bottom.
Well, and you wonder if there's almost like an arrogance or assuredness, from some of those, like West Ham and Wolves. It's not fair for Wolves, because they've had 3 big players taken, haven't they?
Yeah.
But they're still mucking around the goalkeeper again. I don't know what's going on with that.
He started Sard and he dropped him, didn't he?
Yeah, and Sard needs to go back in. It's the repeat of last season, isn't it? because I think
Against Sunderland, the first goal, it went through his legs.
Yeah. You know, not without trying to sound too disrespectful, not good enough for the level. So, but yeah, they're who I see long term as your favourites. But it could be any one of those teams that you've mentioned. I don't think Fulham will be there. I think Fulham have had a bad run of games and
they're a good team, Fulham.
Blah blah blah. You know.
Yeah, and I mean I put Sunderland in there only because newly promoted side.
They've got 14 points now, haven't they?
They've got 14 points, but they've got...
They're only 1 point from safety.
In previous seasons, they've got a very difficult run of games over Christmas and the New Year. So it depends how many points they've picked up there.
Well, they're doing well with their home form, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Like, who'd they beat? Was it Wolves last week?
They beat Wolves last week, yeah.
So, and yeah, keep it going.
Yeah, and shout out for Brentford too, because as much as they'll be down towards the bottom, to lose the players that they've lost, to lose the coaching staff that they've lost.
Well, I know West Ham are poor, but the away win was good.
They
considering like that's what is concerning for them. And yeah, good win against Man United. But
yeah, and they've got a decent striker up top. I know he misses the odd chance here and there. He should have scored more against West Ham, but the finish against United for the first goal was really well taken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last matters. Bit of Scottish football first, because, yeah, like I said, been a while since we recorded, but since we recorded, Rangers have sacked Russell Martin, looked at Gerrard, not appointed Gerrard, then ended up with Danny Roll, who was previously Sheffield Wednesday manager. But
okay,
any thoughts on Russell Martin being sacked and the fact they looked at Gerrard?
I'm surprised they didn't look at Postecoglou.
He was still in a job at that point. Plus, as you said, he probably will end up going back to Celtic because Brendan Rodgers and the Celtic board aren't exactly getting along. Some of the comments that Rodgers has made publicly, the fans weren't happy with the summer business. Rodgers wasn't happy with the summer business. They've gone backwards from last season. I think this is his final season of his contract. So
okay. Well, we might have someone different win the Scottish League for the first time in my existence.
Come on, Hearts.
Yeah, I know. Mm. But there's a Scottish team in it that's like asking the question about a family member, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
Motherwell. Oh dear.
It's not the worst one I've seen of that, to be fair. One lad went for a whole like.
That was a quiz question, I think, once.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Always Cowden Beef is the Scottish team that I remember most. Yeah, won't get into that. Graham Potter as well. We talked last episode if he'd ever get another Premier League job, which he might do at some point later down the line, but Swedish national coach.
Yeah, temporary, isn't it? Just to get him, if he gets him to the World Cup, he gets to stay with him for the World Cup, doesn't he? Is my understanding.
I mean, to me, they've got no chance of qualifying for the World Cup, though, because they're bottom of the group. They played and lost to Kosovo twice. They've got 2 games left, one of which is against a group top in Switzerland. So, good luck.
Yeah, but if he does it, it'll be magic, won't it? Mm-hmm. Without even using the pun as a joke.
Particularly magic. But they've only got 2 World Cup qualifying games left. I hadn't seen anything about his contract. I thought he would have been given it on a longer term basis because, 1, he can speak the language, but 2, part of the reason why he can speak the language, he spent 7 years with Östersunds, taking them from the 4th division to the top division, I believe. Got them into the Europa League. I'm assuming that means they must have won the league title, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I just remember, to bring it back to Arsenal, them beating us at the Emirates, which was embarrassing, but yeah.
Fortunately, Wenger didn't see it, so we all did.
Yeah, too busy zipping up his coat, yeah. I love you, Arsene. Yeah. And lastly, talking of World Cup matters, England qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah, that's why you're ever.
He's coming home, lads. Yeah, he's coming home.
Coming home, Jesus Christ. No, because we'll bottle it. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever see England win the World Cup in my lifetime, but hopefully I'm wrong.
Will we ever see Arsenal win the Champions League in our lifetime?
No. Behave.
Would you rather Arsenal won the Champions League or England won the World Cup?
Well, that's a bit like the Wilfred Zaha question, really, isn't it?
That's another top moment. That's another top moment. How could I have forgotten that one?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think I can answer that question.
What do you mean you don't think you can answer that question? You said you wanted to be clickbait. I'm giving you the perfect opportunity to be clickbait.
Would I rather Arsenal win the Champions League
or England win the World Cup?
Okay, I'd rather Arsenal win the World Cup then.
Sit on the fence. You got pins and needles over there.
Well, no, it'd be like America. It's the World Series.
Yeah.
We're the only country that's involved in it, but it's the World Series.
And every sport in America is bigger than every other sport all throughout the world. So baseball bigger than football. Yeah, as in soccer. Yeah. Whatever you think, lads. The world extends beyond your shores.
I don't know.
Any other comments? Anything else that you want to bring up? And for reference, by the way, England to win the World Cup always.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But what if the caveat with that was that Arsenal never win the Champions League, England win the World Cup, but Spurs win the Champions League every 3 years?
Then Arsenal's win the Champions League. I'm not going through that, you know.
I went through the 8-2, don't you know?
It was bad enough when we got to the Europa League final and then they got to the Champions League final, and after we lost the Europa League final, we had to sit through them potentially winning the Champions League final. But Liverpool
but come on, it only took 60 seconds for that to end, didn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, that was a dodgy handball decision, but cheers, refs.
And then Origi scored the winner, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or the
second goal.
The second goal, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because I always remember Glenn Hoddle talking about that game after it had finished. Tottenham, the amount of chances that they had, then they created, should have scored at least one goal. It reminded me of Jermaine Genius talking about the FA Cup semi-final with Alan Shearer next to him. You know, when they lost to Chelsea 4-2?
Yeah.
And going, Tottenham are by far the better side. You conceded 4 goals, Jermaine.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I'm a firm believer. If the opposition scores 1, you need to score 2 to win.
All right, Michael.
Speaking of Michael Owen, I've been doing that, testing my mentality.
We've been chucking, apple core in the bin.
I've been throwing apple cores at the bin, trying to get it in the bin and not hitting the wall because it really pisses Mum off. Like, mate, she is fuming. 0 for 17. Do you know why though? I forgot we've got a pedal bin, haven't we? The lid was down. I'll get it in a minute. Oh, yeah.
I think on that note, it's a good place to end. As good a place to end as any.
Fair enough.
You clearly don't have any bottle though. 0 for 17, even if the pedal bin's down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go practice some more.
He's a strange bloke, isn't he?
Did you see when he tweeted about I'm not paying 20p to go take a piss? That's taking the rise, and it's just like, Michael, you're a multi-millionaire, mate. I get that it takes the rise, but you know.
Yeah, but it's like when he was still a professional player and he's got a 13-year-old ginger lad in goal. Yes! Have some of that.
Well, I've seen the interview of when I was at Newcastle, and he was basically like, yeah, I came back to play Premier League football, but, you know, Liverpool's the team I love, but I was just like, right, okay.
Whatever you say, yeah, whatever you say.
Oh, well.
Has come out with some good stuff recently, though, in terms of, what was his comment? It's much harder to be an attacker than a defender because, you know, if you were to build a house, it would take you years to construct it. But if I wanted to knock it down,
yeah,
2 weeks,
yeah.
if that.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And what he said about comparing him to Rooney at 18, or nobody else compared to Owen at 18, which, as you said, is pretty accurate.
Yeah. But Rooney was better than he was at 16, than what Owen was at 16, because Rooney was in the league at 16, wasn't he?
And had a longer career.
Yeah.
Over the long term.
But at 18, yeah. Put the two 18-year-olds together, different.
Yes. Indeed. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me for the 100th episode. Thank you to everyone watching away on new format. I don't know why I looked at your camera then. I was doing what you did earlier.
Giving it a side eye.
Yeah. It won't even be able to pick me up, but...
Who knows? Well, it might do when you put your arm in. So with me, you might see my hand every now and then. Like, who's over there? It'll look like that Mr. Chips thing from what's the old game show called? Catchphrase, yeah. What's Mr. Chips doing?
I was wondering what's going to be my thumbnail. There we go. We got it, lads.
You cannot use that as your thumbnail.
Why not?
No.
The best thing as well, with the cameras set up this way, it'll be even clearer, so it's even better.
Yeah, so it looks like I'm tossing off an elephant. Okay.
Anyway, see you on the next one, and here's to 100 more. Thank you very much.